Hello and welcome to New Thought Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Shannon O'Hurley and I am so grateful to be with you today, and on behalf of our beloved community, welcome. I want to welcome all of you into this inclusive, progressive, kind, deeply compassionate community. Know that if you're joining us for the very first time, that you are with a community that honors all walks of life, every path to the divine. All people are welcome here. And not only are you welcome here, but we have mindfully and thoughtfully created a place just for you, exactly as you are today, right now. So, knowing that you are welcome here and we are glad you are here, we have an incredibly special service. Today, the one and only Jamie Lula is here with us. We are so excited. We are so blessed. So, sit back, relax, and welcome.
Thank you, Rev Shannon. I invite you all now to join me for our time of prayer. If you feel comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes and just arrive here now, letting go of your day and just coming into this moment. And as I turn my attention inward, it is so clear to me that there is only one thing happening. There is a powerful presence of good moving through all things, all events, all beings. I know that this light-filled presence is love. This presence that I call spirit. I know deeply that my heart radiates with the light of spirit, and that light fills my entire being. And so I know that all that I say and all that I do is that light moving out into the world. And it is in that same awareness that I see that powerful presence so clearly in all events, all communities, all beings. And so I know that all who are affected by the coronavirus have that radiant light in them. And so I know that they are held in love and they are divinely guided right where they are. And it is in this truth that I know our community is radiating the light of spirit. I know that we are flowing in the way of love and that we are good. We are expressions of good. And so I know that all that we do as a community uplifts our planet and brings more of that light to the surface for all to experience. I am in so much gratitude to be a part of such a community, to be part of a community that works light and works love. I am in such awe and gratitude of our ministry team, Rev Shannon, Rev Barb, Rev Christine, our wonderful practitioner Shelley. I hold so much gratitude and respect for our staff and our musicians and the many hands it takes to bring you this wonderful experience today, this experience of light. And so it is in this same gratitude that I simply release our time now to that powerful presence of spirit, knowing that we are workers of light and knowing that we are doing good in the world. And so I let it go, and so it is. And on that same breath, I am so excited to have Jamie Lula join me now in our time of meditation.
Spirits in the house. Spirits in
keeping our attention turned inward, simply notice the breath as you inhale and exhale. Shifting our focus now to the heart space. And as we inhale, let's imagine a small white light right in the center of our hearts. And just be with that small white light for a breath or two. And on your next inhale, I want you to imagine that this small, bright, white light is getting bigger. So with every inhale, this light is growing. And as you exhale, just let that practice go. So with every inhale, the white light is expanding. And with every exhale, just let it go. And continue to breathe with this awareness, growing that white light bigger and bigger, so that it expands into your entire chest. And then maybe on the next exhale, as you breathe in, it expands now to your entire upper torso, filling your entire upper body with white light. Continue breathing in this way, expanding that light on the inhale, letting it go on the exhale. And in these last few breaths, I want you to expand that white light so that it fills every part of your being, all the way to the top of the head, all the way to the bottom of the toes. With every inhale, that white light covers every inch, every space of your body. And on the exhale, let it go. Continuing to grow and expand that light. And on our very last breath, we're going to grow the light so big that we can feel it now leaving our bodies, expanding into all that we say, all that we do, the space all around us. And on an exhale, go ahead and let that go. Feeling that light with you now, returning the breath to normal and the attention back to the room. And it is in this awareness of the light of spirit that I am so happy to say that we get to experience Jamie Lula another time. Thank you.
Oh, there's a healing going on. Let me walk to the banks of the river of love, where the current runs deep, baptized in the one where there's no separation and the light is all we see, honoring all our differences, and love will set us free. Oh, Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. I said, oh, you rock my soul. I said, oh, you rock my soul. Qualify. Let's not forget, but learn to forgive. God knows we gotta try. It's my responsibility to heal the wounds in me. Passion, faith, hope, and love, and truth will set us free. Oh, Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God, there's a healing going on. Mother, Father, God. I say, oh, you rock my soul. I say, oh, you rock my soul. I said, oh, you rock my soul. Oh, you rock my soul. I said, oh, you rock my soul, Lord. Oh, you rock my soul. You rock my soul. Woo! Peace and blessings.
Okay, that was awesome. Oh, you rock my soul, Jamie Lula. Okay, Brother Jamie, that was amazing. You are a treasure and a blessing to our movement. Thank you so much. And friends, we have more Jamie coming up along with some other very cool things in a little bit. But for now, I just once again want to thank all of you who are joining us from around the country. Yes, indeed, my friends, there is a healing going on. No question about it. I believe that this healing is massive, and it is healing from the deepest place of our collective human shadow. This healing is occurring in us as individuals, in our families, in our country, and in the world. And you know, it's so funny to be talking about these these big things from yet another corner of my backyard. It's such an interesting time. It is such an interesting time. So the title of the talk today is The Way, and that is taken directly from the great wisdom of the Eastern tradition, Taoism. The way is what they call the Tao, which is an ancient word describing the sort of unnameable word for the allness or the godness of life. Ernest Holmes wrote, "The Chinese sage said that the Tao, meaning spirit, produces everything, nourishes everything, and maintains everything. It flows through and is in all things. Being all that is, there is nothing outside it." The roots of this great tradition go back as far as the 4th century BCE. We're talking a long time ago. It's ancient wisdom, and Taoism teaches us that harmony can exist between two opposing energies. That is what the Yin-Yang Symbol is all about. We have it hanging in the front of our very own sanctuary, along with so many other religious symbols. It represents the human experience of living with seeming opposites. It reminds us to breathe into the contrasts or the opposites of life and allow them to guide us and to teach us. Think about it. Without a sunset, there's no sunrise. Without rain, there's no harvest. Without loss of some sort along our life's journey, how would we be able to have profound gratitude for the blessings of what we have? And this is so germane to what we're all going through right now. You know, we're all in this sort of life-altering time of being called to hold these polarities or these opposites simultaneously. Here we are, you know, we're sheltering in our homes, and yet we're traveling virtually all over the world via social media. We're scared about the virus, and yet we're grateful for that which we have. We are knee-deep in a time of extraordinary and excruciating transformation. Lama Govinda wrote, "Transformation contains both change and stability, plurality and unity, movement and constancy. It has the nature of life, namely to connect organically the polar opposites, the stumbling blocks of logic, and unite them in embracing rhythm. Unite them in an all-embracing rhythm. Most scholars agree that Lao Tzu is the founder of Taoism and the author of the Tao and the Tao Te Ching and other sacred texts. And he was most likely an elder to Confucius. The thing, though, that is, I think, the most important thing that I want you to know about the Tao, the way, Taoism, is that what Lao Tzu brought to the planet was this idea that we could learn about how we could live as people in harmony by looking very closely at nature. Taoism is an earth-based, yet very metaphysical in its own way, tradition that we in New Thought have learned so much from. And I want to read you an excerpt from the 54th verse of the Tao. It says, "The Tao is everywhere. It has become everything. To truly see it as it is, in a person, in a family, in a country, in the world." We are going to do something very special today, and I have asked the Revs, Barb and Christine, and practitioner Shelley to share some of their insights about the way that the Tao or spirit can be felt or understood in these key areas of our lives. So I would like to start us off by asking Rev Barb to share her insight about how we can experience the Tao as being an individual, how we can experience the Tao as a person.
From his book, Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life, Wayne Dyer says that from this 54th verse of the Tao, you are invited to see your role in the transformation of the planet. Instead of perceiving yourself as one insignificant individual among billions of people, you're urged to see yourself as the Tao itself. And then Lao Tzu from his poem, Always We Hope. Always we hope someone else has the answer. Some other place will be better. Some other time it will all turn out. This is it. No one else has the answer. No other place will be better. And it has already turned out. At the center of your being, you have the answer. You know who you are, and you know what you want. There is no need to run outside for better seeing, nor to peer from a window. Rather, abide at the center of your being, for the more you leave it, the less you learn. Search your heart and see the way to do is to be. Wayne Dyer goes on to say, see your divinity and revel in your magnificence. Know that the silent space within you, where the Tao animates every breath and thought, your life makes a difference. Realize how much your life matters. It is said that when a butterfly flaps its wings, that energy flows thousands of miles away. Therefore, everything you think and do extends outward and multiplies. Live your life knowing that the difference you choose to make is towards wholeness. Even if no one sees or acknowledges it, an act of unkindness contains energy that impacts our entire universe. And a silent blessing or thought of love toward others contains a vibration that will be felt throughout the cosmos. So your action item then, from this view as a person, is to breathe in and then ask the question, what is mine to do right now? Right now, in this moment, what is mine to do in this moment? Knowing because you ask the question, you will come from a place of love, and as love, you will then go out and do it. That could mean calling up a friend or sending them a card or even going to take a nap. I had that guidance the other day, and it was exactly what was needed. So trust your instincts, your intuition, and from a place of spirit within you, as a person, go and do whatever it is you are guided to do. So remember, take in a deep breath, let it go, and then ask the question, what is mine to do? And then go do it. And then from the 54th verse of the Tao, in a person, see it as a person.
Thank you, Rev Barb. Let's all do that together. Let's just take a deep, nourishing breath. What a blessing that is that we each have in any given moment. And another pretty cool thing that the Tao talks about is this idea that it can be experienced in families, in family life. And I cannot think of a better person than our very own Shelley Walker to talk with us about some ideas she has around experiencing God or Spirit, the Tao, in family. So take it away, Shell.
Thank you, Rev Shannon. As a matter of fact, I do have some thoughts on how we can see the Tao as a family. Rev Barb talked a minute ago about seeing the divinity within yourself and living from this magnificence. Well, I believe that if we can do that as individuals, we can also do that as a family. And I'm not just talking about your chosen family or the family unit that you consider yourself a part of right now. You know, I have 4 incredible children and a family that I adore, and it's pretty easy to see their divinity and to encourage living from that magnificence. Well, most of the time. But what if the same thing were true of your family of origin? Many of you have talked to me over the years about how difficult your childhood was and your concern over whether you'll ever be able to fully heal from those wounds. My heart is with you in this tender work. Some of you have talked about how your childhood was so difficult and traumatic that you ended up with no life skills, no ability to adult. Some of you have talked to me about how your childhood was so comfortable and easy and loving that you had no skills for adulting when it came time. But what if we were able to step back and look at our families of origin from a different place? What if your very soul, the part of you that is on speaking terms with divine love itself, what if your highest wisdom self chose this family for you? What if the lessons you learned in this family have made you stronger, more compassionate, or more caring? What if God, the Tao, that love that lives in you, was actually flowing in and around and through this family the whole time? We humans learn through contrast. What if your family of origin is just exactly the shades of different from you that make you shine even brighter? And what if you're that for them? Stephen Levine said, "This is perhaps the most difficult of the balancing acts we learn, to trust the pain as well as the light, to allow the grief to penetrate as it will, while keeping open to the perfection of the universe." So my invitation for you today is to do some contemplation or journaling about your family of origin. How are you a better person because of this family? Can you name 5 ways? How do you see your journey in trusting the pain as well as the light? And from this place, can you see the Tao in your family? Reverend Shannon, what do you think?
Yes, Shelley, I think that is extremely valuable. So valuable. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I fully echo the value in finding the Tao or spirit in your family of origin. If you have not yet done that work, I highly encourage you to do that. And also, as Shelley mentioned, in our family of choice, remember that spirit is sheltering right along with us. Spirit's right along with us, in the living room, kitchen, backyard. Spirit's right here. And, this is a lovely reminder for you all just to kind of help you stay aligned and in harmony because, I don't know about you, but for some people, sheltering in can occasionally make us a little, pissy, maybe. Nobody here. So just, no, in all seriousness, remembering that the Tao is right here where we are in our homes and in our families can help to soften the pissosity a wee bit. So I highly recommend you to just breathe and remember that. So the Tao is this beautiful word for the flow of the divine in all things, even in the darkness and that which we cannot understand. And there are aspects of COVID-19 that I don't understand, that I don't like and I don't want. But what my faith teaches me, what new thought anchors me in, is the understanding, the unwavering faith that despite all of it, despite all appearances, we are never separate from God. We are never separate from spirit or love. We can separate ourselves with pissosity, right? We can separate ourselves in an instant by creating right in our own minds a heaven or a hell of our own making. It's totally up to us, depending on the thoughts that we are repeatedly thinking and focusing on. And I think it's very important in this conversation to remember, especially now in the midst of this difficulty, this ugliness or challenge, that God, Spirit, doesn't just go away. God doesn't just go somewhere. The Yin-Yang Symbol represents all of the Tao. The way is everywhere. The ocean is not some of God or some of love. It's all of it, even the places where there is awful pollution in the beautiful water. The pollution doesn't make the ocean less godlike. The pollution does, however, remind us how we humans can be more godlike, more loving, more caring, less selfish. But it doesn't make the whole ocean less divine. And that is so true of us. The shadow, the contrast, the difficulty, the pollution is here to magnify the light and the divine invitation that we all have, that we've all been given to choose it, to choose the light. Our country is moving through a tremendous challenge right now to choose light. And I'm delighted that Rev Christine is going to talk a little bit about her insights around this area. So, enjoy.
In his prayer for my country, Ernest Holmes states that I know that the divine intelligence governs the destiny of the United States of America, directing the thought and activity of all who guide its affairs. The all-knowing mind contains the answer to every problem which confronts this country. I know that every leader in this country is now directed by this all-knowing mind and has the knowledge of a complete solution to every problem. Each is compelled to act upon this knowledge to the end that abundance, security, and peace shall come to all. I've been praying this prayer regularly for the last 4 years. The problem is I had an attachment to the end result. I would affirm that our political leaders would somehow wake up to the all-knowing mind and that they would work for the good of all. Sometimes they did, but most of the time it didn't appear to look that way. Every time something went wrong in Washington, I was disappointed that prayer wasn't working and earnest vision wasn't happening. But then something happened when the COVID and the pandemic hit. I heard a news story about a potato farmer in Idaho who had nowhere to distribute his potatoes, and he was about to just dump them and let them go. But he had an idea to post on Facebook, and he let people know that these potatoes were available to whoever wanted them. Thousands of people came from all over to take these potatoes, not for themselves, but for their neighbors, for their friends, for food pantries, for people that were cooking for others, for anyone that needed them. And then the same thing happened for the dairy farmer and the egg farmer, where all of their goods were distributed and sometimes paid for. And then I heard about the companies, the manufacturing companies that retooled their plants so that they could make personal protective equipment for first responders. And other companies retooled so that they could make ventilators for hospitals. And then there were people that were home, individuals in their own homes that were making masks, that were volunteering at food pantries, that were helping out wherever it was needed, that were telling stories and videotaping them for children. Something happened where they had the divine, all-knowing mind inspire them with an idea. Earnest praise. Every leader in this country is directed by this all-knowing mind and has the knowledge of a complete solution to every problem. I was thinking the leaders were over there. I'm a leader and you are a leader. We have the answers to every problem. We have the inspiration. We are one with the infinite and all-knowing mind. And I pray that every day I'm open and receptive, that please use me how I can be used to be of benefit to the world. I'm a leader and you are a leader, and we have the inspiration. How cool is that?
Thank you, Rev C. Yes, absolutely. We are all leaders. And in fact, the word lead comes from the Old English. It means to accompany and to show the way. That's what it means to lead, to accompany each other and show the way, show love, be love. In the Hebrew scripture in Isaiah, it says, "The people walked in darkness, but have seen a brilliant light. They sat in lands death-shadowed. Then light dawned." Then light dawned. Again with the opposites. I tell you, this has been going on since before time. And what a blessing it is to know that we are all sharing this planetary experience of opposites together. As Shelley said so beautifully earlier, we humans learn from contrast, and we're all feeling the same highs and lows, the same ups and downs, the same yins and yangs, if you will. Ultimately, friends, what I believe to be true is that we are here at this time to experience God or Source or whatever word you want to call it at the center of all of it. In the darkness, the fear and the pain, there is grace, light, and love. We teach in New Thought that there is no spot where God is not, and that means that God, our love, is just as much with us in our grief as it is with us in our joy. This is the way. This is the way it is. It helps me to visualize God or Spirit, the energy of the Tao, in and as and at the center of the whole wide world. This idea feels incredibly comforting to me and safe right now. Our God, which is the energy of love, is that big. It is bigger than we can ever even fathom. You know, that huge map, and then multiply that a gazillion times. That's a lot of love. That's a lot of God in the middle of all of this, always gently nudging us to clean up our oceans, to give our potatoes away, to forgive our family members where it's being called for, and to recognize that now is the time, and that it starts right here with us, exactly as we are in this moment, in this breath. So with that, I would like to anchor our time in prayer. So I invite you to just take a deep breath again, turn within. What a blessing it is to be right here in this love, to be right here in this experience of all of humanity sharing the way, sharing all of it together. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to connect with each other through this technology, and I know and affirm for each one of us here, health, wholeness, peace, calm, comfort in the midst of anything that is unlike love or that feels unlike love. I say a special prayer this day for anyone who has been impacted by COVID in any way, shape, or form, for anyone who is impacted by violence or racism in any part of our country or the world, knowing that this way, this love, this light, this grace that is spirit is right where they are, just as this love is right where we are, right where I am. And so in this moment, on this day, I take a moment on behalf of all of us to bless all people everywhere, knowing that we are all together in our homes, celebrating this love in this way, in whatever way works for us. Our churches, mosques, ashrams, temples, synagogues, altars, all created at home to celebrate the one. And so it is. I'll be back with you in a little bit.
Thank you, Reverend Shannon, for that beautiful prayer. We're going to hear another song from Jamie Lula here in just a minute, but this is our time for conscious giving. There are lots of ways that you can give. They're all on our website, newthoughtcsl.org/give. For me, the easiest way is to text to give, 503-966-3236. It'll walk you right through the process if it's your first time. But however you choose to give, I just want to say thank you. You're not only making this video possible for yourself and all of the things that we are continuing to do as we're physically separate from each other, but you're also making it possible for others. So thank you. You are a blessing in this world. So whatever your gift is, I invite you to hold it consciously with love and joy and speak these words with me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Jamie Lula, take it away.
Hey, New Thought Center for Spiritual Living. Bless your heart, Reverend Shannon. So glad that you're taking the helm there. My brother Brian Harris, peace and blessings. Love is my religion. I wish you peace. I wish you joy. I wish you love, 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 love. I wish you faith in yourself to reveal all that you've come here to be. Love is my choice. Love is my decision. Love is my voice.
Love is my religion. I wish you strength. I wish you courage. Wish you love, 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 love. I wish you purpose to create all your dreams and co-conspire with the light of your life. Love is my choice. Love is my decision. Love is my voice. Love is my religion. Love is my religion. Oh, 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 your answers to eternity are always deep inside you. The freedom of expression is yours to choose right now. Love is my choice. Love is my decision. Oh, love is my voice. Love is my religion. Oh, love is my choice. Love is my decision. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love is my voice. Love is my religion. Love is my religion. Oh, love is my religion. Love is. Sing it with me now, people. Love is my religion. Love is. Oh, love is my religion. Love is. Oh, love is my religion. Love is. Love is. Oh, love is. Love. Peace and blessings.
Thank you so much, Jamie. That was amazing. We so appreciate you. Join us for Conversations at the Center immediately following the service. It's our Zoom chat with Rev Shannon, Rev Barb, practitioner Shelley, and myself. Today, we're going to be expanding our conversation about the readings from today's service. You can get the link on our website. If you would like personal prayer from a practitioner, stay on the line after the Zoom chat and you will be directed into a sacred space to receive prayer. I'm so grateful to be facilitating Deeper Dive Monday. My topic is Beyond the Veil. Workshop begins at 6:30. Register on our website. And join us on Spiritual Practice Wednesday for restorative yoga with certified yoga instructor Sarah Forbes, a wonderful midweek pick-me-up. For details on these events and so much more, please check out our website, newthoughtcsl.org. I send it back to you, Rev Shannon.
Thank you again so very much, Jamie Lula and practitioner Sarah and Rev C and Rev Barb and practitioner Shelley and oh my goodness, all our musicians, the New Thought Messengers, our production team. I tell you, we are so blessed by each other. And speaking of blessings, they continue. We're having our conversations at the center following this right now, live, our Zoom chat. You can get the link on our website. And we're going to actually go deeper with what we talked about today. These concepts, this ancient wisdom of the Tao. I'm excited. So bring your questions or just come and listen. And you don't have to be on video if you don't want to. That's okay. Know that jammies are totally welcome. We're easy peasy. I look forward to connecting with you. And if that's not your jam, no worries. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. And so now let us together say our final blessing. May you go in the light, as the light, and with the light, until we meet again. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. Know that you are loved. See you soon.